Hello and welcome to the Knights of the Brown Table podcast. I am Rojas.
I'm Aidan.
I'm Amy.
I'm Claire.
And we're kind of starting this off just by doing it on the hoof. The energy. This is meant to be episode 1 and the energies in this room is...
It's because you're...
I'm so tired I can't even think of a proper word.
Wait a minute. Did you nick that cup?
No, Aidan. I
Is this my coffee cup?
clearly didn't steal that from
Okay,
you.
if anyone
Nice
here,
coffee.
if anyone is listening to this and works in Starbucks, you need to track Amy down and
I have one of those and then I have two smaller ones.
Was this the cup I was drinking
No,
from?
it wasn't. It was before you.
It was before you.
and actually you nicked the ones that I hate. It's
Why?
the ones that they bring in between Halloween and Christmas.
No, that was summer.
Am I drinking out of a pumpkin spice latte cup? Oh,
No.
Well, if they had it in summer, they're using it at the wrong time.
Why?
Because the rest of the year they have the straight up ones with the green logo on them. They're the nice ones. I
Oh.
like those. Like,
Oh, it smells like white one. Wait, why is that a bad thing?
Oh, wait, maybe it was.
You only go for the Asians?
I
I
definitely
only go for
nicked
the
it
Asians.
last year. Or, yeah, it was around this time. Sorry. Yeah.
It smells like yoga pants and
Ugg boots.
It is.
owning a Jeep for no reason.
Here, it's a nice cup. Keeps the tea warm.
But anyway, so welcome to episode 1 where we're discussing cups that you can't see. And white women.
Oh, Starbucks.
We've absolutely nothing to start this on, so I think you, Ian, had a
I have a hypothetical.
hypothetical.
I was wondering about this in my, what did I have, like 40-minute wait for the bus on Monday. How long do you think it would last if you were magically transported back to the Stone Age?
Maybe a day and a half.
How would you do it?
I don't know. I would hide and then I'd probably starve to death. And then
See-
cry or kill myself because I'm stuck in the Stone Age and there's no one around and there's no technology. And what am I going to eat? I'm just going to live off leaves. What am I going to do?
See, that's what I was thinking, because I realised Claire would be completely fucked.
Why?
Because you couldn't eat anything.
Yeah, sure. You would be completely fucked as well.
No, I'd eat anything.
No, with technology.
How would you make friends
You
with
could
the
not last
Stone Age
and-
people?
I don't like people anyway.
Yeah, but how would you even, like...
At least
they
I can
would-
just
they would
grunt
look
at them and
you-
they get it.
They would look at you and they'd be like, what the fuck is that? And then try to kill you. They'd probably try to kill you and eat you.
Yeah, they'll probably
Just use face tablet.
I'll just hang out by myself and eat some pheasant.
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 Even about the Stone Age.
No.
Yeah.
What time is Stone Age?
Boars?
Because when you think of Stone Age, you think of...
Boar.
I wouldn't kill a boar because I would probably just run away and cry.
The Stone Age wasn't that bad, though. Was the Stone Age not...
It was about 200,000 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's the start of civilization. Just before that.
Oh, just before...
Before the
civilization.
Bronze Age.
Ah, fair enough. No, because I'm thinking... you know what I'm thinking of? I'm
I
thinking of
watched Time
Stone,
Team,
like
yeah.
Colosseum and stuff like that. I'm thinking of Roman times, but no, we'd met...
Oh, that'd be fucking
Because all-
far.
Oh,
So
that's
that's only...
far after.
All
Yeah.
Time Team ever sees is stuff from the Bronze Age. You ever watch Time Team? Don't, because it's horrible.
You need bold regard of this.
We're digging over here. We think that something's over here. Oh look, it seems to be a cup of some sort from the Bronze Age. Not the Stone Age. No, not the Gold Age. No, Bronze Age.
The Gold Age.
I don't know.
Gold
What
Age
other
comics.
eras
Sixties
are there?
comics. Oh.
We seem to have unearthed this edition of Action Comics #1. It says here, signed Nicolas Cage.
Well,
Now, our
would you-
interns, Peter and Simon, have been fighting over this for quite some time. Because it turns out they're both massive dorks.
yeah, but what do you think you would do if you were sent back?
I think I'd be grand.
Why? How do you think you'd be
Right.
grand?
Because I wouldn't have to talk to anyone. I would just have to hang out in a cave, beat up a bird, stick it over a fire, dead on.
You
beat
would
up
not
a-
last 1 hour without technology.
I'd be grand.
Do you know what
You're always on
the first thing Ian would
technology.
do in his cave, he'd build like a little shelter, little flat shelter, you know, bit of a pole, kind of like a shower curtain, and then he'd find a way to make a brown paper bag to sort of cave without other cavemen seeing.
Oh well, that's a good fact. The oldest profession. You can go into prostitution.
You could be the first
No,
prostitute.
you would
be the
just no. You
I started it.
You started
wouldn't
everything. You
either
are the
because
god
you
of
would just
whores.
get raped. They'd be like, "Oh, something new. Let's rape it and eat it."
Well,
We've never seen one of these before. Let's rape it and eat it.
So that's why he introduces the brown paper bag.
They would beat you
Element
to
of
death
mystery.
first.
They are human, you know.
Yeah, but they would beat you to death and rape you and eat you.
Well, the Stone Age not around the same time that we were fighting Neanderthals, because we lived at the same time.
Well, yeah, but I'm
There
not
we
going
go.
to hang out with the Neanderthals.
We're human. We raped the Neanderthals.
Yeah, it's
More
true.
than likely. We fucked the shit out of them. We kept them. We're all 1/4 Neanderthal.
It's not that much. It's about 12%.
12%?
12% is the average.
How would you? Do you think you survive?
Stone Age? God no. I'm deliberately trying to force myself through education because I enjoy money and I enjoy the comfort that money brings. Stone Age. Well, it depends. Is there a certain? Because you're hypothetical. You're back in time. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can't get
You
back.
can't get back.
Or is
like
there-
MC Frontalot.
To be dissing MC from
I'm not.
no one at this table has ever diss.
No,
the
I'm
greatness
not
that is MC
dissing him.
Frontalot.
I'm saying that's what his video
On
was
first
like.
world problems.
Yeah.
So it is. Yeah. There you go. First world problems. I have too
Yeah.
many first. I like my first world problems.
First world
I reckon I could be a Stone Age king.
I think I'd survive, but I'd get really, really bored.
I could make a sword.
Everybody thinks that. It's the whole
You
Darrow
would
Brain
not
joke.
last
Darrow
for a
Brain
while.
has already done this. You go back in
Wait,
time, you try and understand
wait.
how things work. Where does it go? Into the wall.
So, how do you get sent back in time? Like, are you allowed to bring anything with you,
DeLorean.
or like, who sends you back, or what's the crack with that? Because
It's a freak accident.
okay,
It's
so
like
you're not prepared at all.
It's Aidan tripping up a freak accident.
it's like the origin of Flash in the new series. Struck by lightning.
Right, so
Accident.
you're not prepared.
Yeah.
You're not carrying your Bear Grylls knife.
Well, if you carry that with you all the time. CERN explodes. There's a massive storm over Europe. You get hit by lightning and magically sent back to the Stone Age. You have whatever you have on you normally,
Oh, Jesus.
which would be
A
what?
phone that runs out of battery in about a day.
Well,
An
you got a
MP3
ring.
player that runs out of battery in about 2 days. I'm just saying things. My keys to my house that doesn't exist. A jacket, some jeans. Some jeans. I carry multiple pairs of jeans.
Whenever we go to take them off, it's just another pair of jeans. I would have.
I'd love to give you a low job, but this seems to be very difficult.
I reckon the worst thing would be not having fresh socks.
You just walk around barefoot. Could there be no glass or anything like that?
Yeah, but do you really want to?
Well, you'd have to.
I like
Get used
it.
to it.
I like a good sock.
I bet you do.
Well, I
Pink
know
sock.
that I would have just random shit in my bag, like plasters and
But that'll be handy.
yeah, but,
For about 5 minutes.
yeah, and then you die, and then you'd use all your
Could we even?
plasters.
No, seriously, because like
I have a
obviously
pocket knife too, so that's on my keys.
the types of
I
virus.
usually have a pocket knife as well.
Because we can't. I don't know this for definite, but I've never heard it. I don't think that we can find out what types of viruses and stuff existed back then. Like they would have been completely different strains. Like the type of cold that a Neanderthal person would have got would fucking kill us in minutes.
I think it's more likely that we would kill them because through evolution we already have the immunity to those diseases, which is why they've evolved out.
Yeah, but there was other viruses that attacked bigger animals.
What about the dinosaurs?
Like for
Well, yeah, but we still have. Get your time periods mixed up here, Amy.
no, I'm joking.
like mammoth was still a thing when Neanderthal
We're not talking about
Yeah,
Flintstones, are we?
mammoths were around until about 10,000 years ago.
That's right, they were. You know, so the type of viruses that take down.
Well, just avoid woolly mammoths then.
We've immunity in that we have immunity in modern day medicine and stuff like that, but you go back to a time where there's none of that. There's no such thing as an
I
anti-vaccine.
usually have some pills in my bag, so.
This is the Stone
Try would
Age.
just overdose on those.
Yeah.
Just popping Nurofen. So all you reckon he's be dead. I reckon I'd make it.
Yeah, but that's only because
But
you
for
lie
how
to
long?
yourself.
Yeah, you do like
I reckon
I reckon I'd be a queen of the Stone Age.
Queen of the Stone Age. I see what you did there.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. That was horrible.
Oh, fuck you all.
No, Aidan, I don't think you'd last.
No.
I don't think anyone
How?
would.
You can't
Yeah.
talk to locals. You've no way of communicating.
They didn't talk anyway.
Yeah, but
It was all
But they can
grunts.
communicate.
Yeah,
They could
The
communicate.
community communicate. Say the word.
communicate.
Communicate
There
like
we go.
fucking teenagers.
You can't even
Just
say
grunts.
communicate. You can't communicate the word communicate.
Good. Neither can they.
You cannot talk to Neanderthal man. You cannot talk to our ancestors. They will hunt you down like the gay wolf you are.
I am a gay wolf.
He's a gay wolf.
Can I be
That's
my
my
new nickname?
previous
Gay
theory.
wolf.
Can I be
Well,
the gay wolf?
might take the wolf out of it.
I think you're too cocky. I don't think you would last. But there's only one way to solve this. We have to send Aidan back in time somehow.
Let's start working on it now.
I just realised I think I know where I got this from. I got this from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Didn't Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yeah, Arthur Dent goes back to the Stone Age with all the marketing people. It wouldn't have been in the movie.
No,
Read
it's
the
definitely.
books.
I've
Read that
yet to read
book
the
in
books.
years.
It might have even been in. It might have
Was it
been.
not in Cat at the End of the Universe?
It might have been, but in that series anyway. I know it was read to me by Martin Freeman.
It was read to you by Martin Freeman.
Yeah, he personally came over to the house and read it to me.
It was just.
It wasn't the audiobook.
I heard there was a gay wolf here. I have to soothe it. The tones in my voice. That's no wolf.
Grr.
That's a nice brown paper bag. Why are you showing me this?
It's always back to the brown paper bag.
What, you're completely stealing off another podcast.
So what about you? You use any hypotheticals? No?
Who would win in a fight?
Well, I've already.
We're actually
proved
starting
that-
an episode 1 podcast. It's going to start a fight. This is drunk talk of the
No.
highest. I told you.
No, let me rephrase. Right. Do you think that... Who would you rather fight, right?
What is this, Fight Club?
10...
Oh, fuck.
10...
10 horse-sized ducks or 1 duck-sized horse.
Yeah.
Or no, 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck.
Yeah, there we go.
Horse-sized duck.
Or
It's a duck.
stuffed. Yeah.
It's a duck.
It's a
Size
big
of a
fucking
horse.
duck.
But it's a duck. It's short the water. Fuck off.
Well, do you think it could take on a goose? Because those
What
fuckers
if
could
it
break
was...
their arm.
no, how about swans then? Do you think it could take on a swan?
No.
No,
that-
there we
that-
go. There we go. That's a
That
better
would be
one.
10
That's a better one.
swan-sized horse. But see, it's a different type of animal. But a duck's a
It's just a
duck-sized.
big duck.
However,
What about swans? though,
However,
right?
duck-sized horse, or a horse-sized duck, I meant to say, duck rape.
Oh, God.
Duck rape.
Ugh,
It's a scientific.
yeah. I
Ducks
know.
are horrible creatures.
They're awful.
Oh, wait, no, fuck that.
They rape in
Exactly.
That-
so
that horse-
what if the horse-sized duck raped you? Do you think you could take it
Well, it
on?
wouldn't rape me because it
No,
rapes
how
other
do you know?
ducks.
How do you know that it's not malicious and wants to rape humans now? This
'Cause
is
it's a
part of
duck.
the fight. This is part of the fight. A giant mad scientist has made this giant...
Rape duck.
Can we rename the podcast Rape Duck?
Rape duck. Whack. Shh. Nobody move.
You just fight it with your bare fists as well.
It's coming closer. It's fucking sound of evil. Whack.
Wow.
No! Save yourselves. Save your own assholes. Whack. It's like the Terminator. You can't bargain with it. You can't.
I think we just found a movie that's going to make us famous.
Sarah Connor. Corkscrew dick comes out. Whack.
Can we make that movie and can we get Arnold Schwarzenegger to
I don't
voice the
think
duck?
that we have the funding.
We can't. We can't because it's actually something I can bring up. Have you seen the leaked plot for Terminator Genesis? Genesis with a Y, by the way, for whatever weird.
Arnold Schwarzenegger fights a giant
Because
cock.
poor literacy.
Is that exactly the plot? Is that what you're getting?
If it is, I am watching that
That
movie.
would be brilliant.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Whack. Whack.
Well, I need
DuckTales.
to see this movie and I need to see it now.
Yeah, but no, the Genesis trailer, apparently, I don't know if it's a reboot or like the same storyline in a different universe, but apparently Sarah Connor's dad gets killed when she's 9, and she reprograms the Terminator. So she calls the Terminator Pops.
Okay.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger is like her daddy Terminator.
How
alright.
does that make any sense?
I don't know. This literally just came up online before I headed out here.
Don't
Just
like
when
it.
we mentioned Terminator rape ducks. The duck from Rosie and Jim.
Oh
It
god.
quacks. This. Whack. Dun, dun, dun. That's why he plays the song
Things that duck
after he
sing.
quacks, because that's him going underneath into the boat. And who do you call the fella with the beard? John? That's it.
Jim?
They
No.
changed the guy a couple of times. The original guy with the big bushy beard and Rosie and Jim.
Tom. I don't know.
At the end of Rosie and Jim, whack, and the music's there to distract, and the little pops are there to distract, where the duck just goes in and floors him.
Bob.
Bob?
I don't know.
Your little bits of bread that you feed a duck at the hot pan.
It's lovely,
There in
bro.
John's mouth, there's a ball gag, little bread gag.
I think what we've established here is we got to start killing all ducks.
What about
Just
the
in
horse
case
signs?
it happens.
All
someday.
evil.
What about the small horses though? Like,
Well, no, you can just sort of kick them.
that's true.
Small. We have small horses. And they're not
Like,
that
just
threatening.
fucking punt them like a football.
Like, what have you heard of the last person being? If Christopher Reeve had been on a Shetland pony, Superman would still be with us.
Oh, God.
We could have ironically called the pony Kryptonite.
I wish that's what that horse is called. That would have made life so worthwhile.
It would have.
Well, that was my question anyway.
It's a brilliant question.
I
Thank you for
stole
bringing
it.
up duck rape.
So,
We know you stole it. Everyone knows you stole it.
yeah,
You didn't have to point it out.
I stole it.
I hate you.
Where'd you steal it from, actually? Is that, I thought it was just like one of those
It's just a common question.
bullshit common
Yeah.
questions. It's not something like you get asked at the job interview.
If you don't answer this question correctly, then I'm sorry, you don't get the job.
Yeah, but no, it was on
Give an
QI. It was on QI.
explanation
Apparently,
of
one of
why
the most
you
common
chose it.
questions is to ask how many piano tuners there are in the UK. I have no idea.
Oh, I remember that being on QI, but I can't remember why they asked it.
Oh my god.
Apparently, it's just to prove if you can be witty and
All the characters.
quick on the
Rosie,
go.
Jim, Duck, and Narrow.
Narrowboat.
Why would you answer that?
What was the name of the main guy?
I don't know, it just says Rosie, Jim, Duck, and Narrowboat.
The
Maybe
narrowboat
it
has a
actually
name.
does.
Maybe
Maybe he never had a name.
Maybe, yeah,
he did.
maybe
He had a big
did.
beard. He had a big beard, and he was raped by a duck.
All I remember is it was quickly followed by Art Attack and Neil Buchanan.
What a guy.
Rosie, Jim, and Duck gets lost, and other stories.
Funny, there's probably only 3 people on the planet who don't know this now, but do you know that the guy from Art Attack, Neil Buchanan, is in a metal band?
Yes!
I don't know that. What?
Yeah.
What a legend. Ta-ra. I love it if that's how he ends his gigs. Ta-ra.
all the songs are about bog rolls.
Think about plastic.
This is not attack. This is not attack.
Do they play live? And if so, why have we not seen them?
I think they do, but only in England. They're still quite a small band.
How?
I have no idea.
We are
Their
exactly
music
his
isn't
generation.
good.
Yeah, but
If you said Neil Buchanan's going to be in the limelight this Sunday, you're going to the limelight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
oh, absolutely.
This description of Duck is weird. Duck sits on top of the ragdoll boat and can be heard quacking when there are no humans around, so that both Rosie and Jim know that the coast is clear.
For rape.
During many episodes, Rosie or Jim can be seen kissing the duck.
Wait a minute. Is it possible Rosie and Jim are just metaphors for the boat owner's kids? Is he raping his kids? Is he touching the doll in bad places?
And the duck said,
It looks like he's gone.
"Yeah, there's no one about. You can do
It's safe to run and contact the police, but they never contact the police because they often go off on adventures. And
This guy does
show
not have
people
a
how
name.
shops
I'm
work.
sorry, there's no name to this random guy.
I know they changed the guy, but I'm nearly sure the
He
very
doesn't
first
have a
guy.
name
was like-
anyway. So that's that. That's the end of that story.
Maybe that's what they are. Maybe that duck represents rape, and the
Why
dolls.
are we looking into this?
The
No,
dolls.
I
the
really
duck's the
hope
mother,
not.
the submissive mother who can't do anything about it and tries to get the kids away.
Are you trying to say that the duck on top of the Rose and Jim boat is a bit like the swans of Tiernan and Og? It's
Yes!
a mother transformed into a swan.
I mean, like, how could he not rape them with that kind? Come hither, look.
Connor Jones.
Did they not?
They are the spirit of children trapped inside the dolls that you give to kids at,
Why would you
court
give-
cases.
why
Wait,
would
this
you
is
give
Emily.
that?
Or Emily. Or no.
Annabelle?
Annabelle.
That was Annabelle.
That
The
new
scary
horror movie
movie.
about a fucking killer doll.
Show me on the doll where he touched you.
That's what they are. They're courtroom dolls with spirits and
Oh god.
a Tiernan and Og
They're
duck.
really creepy. Like.
Yeah, they
And a guy
are.
with a beard that doesn't have a name.
He doesn't.
He's the random stranger trying to help.
I get the feeling he might have been referred to as the captain.
Maybe.
He's not really in, like, it's just pictures of them and the duck.
Well,
Well,
there's
that's-
I
never...
think he dressed
that's
up
creepy.
as them.
Yeah.
I love how you're showing us photos on a
Yeah, I know, but
voice
you
only
know,
podcast.
they can Google.
I suppose they can.
Google's a
it.
thing.
Is this the guy that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's totally it. It's not in Belfast.
I don't know.
Harley
Someone
Quinn
dressed
black.
up as a forgot about.
No.
That's Claire's Halloween costume. That's why you wouldn't tell us anything. It's the guy with the beard.
With no name.
With no name.
It's like the bar with no name.
Oh.
He wrote that song, did he not? Horse Stock with No Name.
I don't
He's
know.
creepy.
He's holding a postman pat. Look.
He looks like a total pedophile.
He looks like one of the Dubliners, don't you say?
Yeah, that's true. No, he looks like an Irish fella from a pub.
He
What's
does.
that
He
you say, Doc?
He
The
looks-
coast is clear.
He looks like the type of lad that's in the pub from about 12 till 5. Then he goes home, has his dinner, goes to bed, wakes up and goes back to the pub.
This is a picture
Rosie
of the
Jim.
guy without the beard.
Rosie
and he has
Jim.
a mini.
They're drug runners. The duck quacks and no one's around. He's coming on the canal boat. The dolls don't exist, it's just him off his tits. What'd you say to me, Jim?
That's why they go on so many magical adventures.
He hides his acid in Rosie and Jim. And so when he takes it, he imagines they're alive. And getting into all sorts of scrapes.
Running from the cops.
That's why they kiss the duck at the end. Thank you, Duck, for letting us have this moment.
Thank you for smuggling the cocaine for us. What's that, Duck? Would you like some cocaine? You know what happens when you go in the cocaine? Just this once. No, put it away. No.
This wooden corkscrew starts coming out.
Why have you turned into the size of a horse? No.
Rosie and Jim. Rosie and Jim.
That is weird though. You go online and you find these theories about cartoons from your childhood and you're like, I never thought of this like that. How is this a thing? Could this possibly be what they meant the entire time?
My favourite one of those, it's not a cartoon, but did you ever hear the one has everybody here played the first Pokemon game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole idea that there was a war maybe a year or two before, it explains the lack of men. Like all of there's no guys in Palatown other than Professor Oak who would have been too old to serve.
And all the men you come across are either really fat, really old, or young boys.
Yeah, funny
You
enough.
never really, unless they're in Team Rocket, you never come across
He
a
went to
middle-aged
Canada.
man.
You've got Lieutenant Surge. The other one as well was in Gold and Silver. There was an earthquake in Kanto,
Yeah.
which is why they had to rebuild the power station. Which is why Cinnabar Island's over. No, sorry, no, the earthquake wasn't. No, the earthquake was San Andreas.
Yeah.
In the second city that's based on San Francisco, there's an earthquake, which is apparently it was their way of trying to explain why the texture resolution was so bad. It's simply because the game had to be released on time. But no, what was it? What was it in Gold and Silver in Pokemon? I know Cinnabar Island blows up. Was it not something else? Where
I can't remember.
it could be just a Cinnabar Island thing actually.
Which is really strange when you think about Pokemon, because each game they discover another 100 or 150. It's like, how? It's just because I'm in a different place here that you have discovered these. Are you not talking to? That sort of suggests the fact that the infrastructure is entirely gone after like the Third World War, and all these mutant animals are coming about and no one knows who they are.
Yes.
Unless there's a large amount of time supposed to have passed between each game, but I doubt that.
I think it's just different regions. Although I've not played any of the DS games. Is it not like the DS games don't really reference the originals that much? Like Professor Oak and stuff doesn't come up as much.
I don't think so. No, I haven't played since Diamond.
Because the last one's like based in France, and I think what they're trying to pull is that Pokemon that exist in France world, where they're calling it, don't exist in Kanto, which is the Pokemon world version of Japan. I think that's how they're trying to like explain away why there's always new monsters. There's new monsters in different parts of the world, and so Kanto do know that they exist, but just don't include them in part of their national Pokedex because you can't get them in Kanto or something. I don't know. Could have done with Rob or Jody being here. They
They would have known. They'll probably listen to this and then
screaming at it right now.
individually come and bitch slap us.
As long as they don't do it Friday, because Friday's Halloween as of this recording. So you guys are like, ooh, you guys are the ones that actually care about Halloween. I can't stomach
I
Halloween.
love
I like-
Halloween.
it's
amazing.
I love Halloween and anything particularly slightly
Any excuse
dark
to dress
and
up.
gothy, but
Yeah.
It is for who's the darkest person we know?
well, you're gonna say it's you.
Of course, it's me.
Excuse me, I'm wearing all black.
No. I don't mean pretend.
Oh my god.
My Chemical Romance dark. I mean
She doesn't
Proper
like My
sinister.
Chemical
Yeah,
Romance.
Don't
I
like
feel
My
like that was a
Chemical
stab.
Romance.
in the gut.
Yeah.
Here, it's no.
No.
And I say
I'm
Halloween.
pretty
is
dark.
Pretty dark, but not me dark.
I'm Halloween dark.
You're
Halloween
Halloween.
matters.
You're
So slutty.
Yeah, exactly it.
So that's all really Halloween is anymore. It's just the slutty girls find a reason to dress sluttier than normal.
Yeah,
I
I've seen.
shit
Have
that.
you seen this sexy Ebola nurse costume?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a
oh
prank,
my
though.
god.
That was like a fake news.
That would be awesome.
And it was actually just sexy Walter White, which is so much better.
Yeah. Did you see that Walmart put up
Fat girl costumes.
yeah, fat girl
oh my
costumes instead
god,
of plus
yeah.
size, and they had to take it down.
Horrible. They
Who's
had
going to
to
buy those? Because everyone who
apologise
shops in
and all.
Walmart is fat.
Yeah, everyone got really offended. It's like,
Yeah,
but
and
that's
start
what they
tweeting.
are. Yeah, fat girl costumes.
I should have got Mika to do the advertising.
I was having this conversation
Big
last night
girls.
just when you bring up offensiveness, and this is a genuine belief of mine that if you're offended by something, you should be like forced to declare it on like a bit of paper that's stapled to your back, or in. Do you when you go into someone's house and like, oh, we don't swear in this house? Don't you think that should be like on the front door? If you're opposed to something, you should be forced to show it to the world. I don't like gay people. That's fine. You wear this badge.
Yeah, but then, well, no, because I was about to say then they'd get beaten in the streets, but most people wouldn't.
But they cause all the problems, right?
Yeah,
Most problems
that's what
are
I'm
caused by
saying.
people saying, I'm offending
The
you.
people who would be the bigot about it would be the ones that would
Yeah.
beat someone up for not seeing their right. So
You know, it's like we can't allow women in this country to have abortions because it would offend my rights. It would offend. So
Bunch of bollocks.
why not just like localize these fuckers? You know, like what do you call it? The Shirai? I'm pretty sure it's a Mortal Kombat term. What do you call it? They're trying to introduce Muslim districts in England.
Shiri districts.
Sure, something like that. Anyway, we live in Ireland where the shit's not put up with. Because we treat everybody like shit, including ourselves. But yeah, it'd be cool. Kind of like District 9 for twats.
Seems a bit like segregation though. Yeah, you see that keeps coming up every year, and everyone's like, I can't believe they made this sexy Bert and Ernie. I've seen him 3 years in a row.
Sexy Olaf from.
Oh my god.
But that didn't need to happen.
No.
That didn't need to happen at all.
But there's like sexy crayons and stuff. It's like, why would you go as sexy crayon?
Tell you what, I'm gonna go for a pee. And we're back. Scene.
Scene.
Cup of tea, you've got your beers, you've got your Jack Daniels with apple and cinnamon. That actually looks pretty nice.
Winter Jack.
Winter Jack.
Yeah.
Winter Jack as opposed to Summer Jack, which is the normal
Apple
stuff.
whiskey punch.
Just autumn
Straight
Jack,
out of the
which is the
bottle.
normal stuff.
Drinking whiskey out the bottle.
Drinking
Not thinking about
whiskey.
tomorrow.
Not thinking about
Whiskey
tomorrow.
out the bottle.
God, I hate Kid Rock.
One of my favourite lyrics in a song ever is from Leonard Skinner. I want to say it's Give Me Back My Bullets. It's the line, I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around. Like, how good of a lyric is that?
It's fucking fantastic.
You know, not just like a little yacht or a dinghy or a rape dock, but no, I'll float a battleship around with my.
I believe that would possibly take a lot more whiskey than it would water because
Is whiskey not denser? Is
whiskey be less dense.
less dense than water?
Yeah. Because alcohol's less dense.
Does that not mean floats?
Mm-hmm. No.
Whiskey would sink in water.
No, whiskey floats in water. Okay, we got too scientific here.
Oh no, yes, so yeah, it would take more. Yeah, I know, I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
a lot more whiskey to float a battleship than.
Sorry, when everyone else is bringing the moving this room down to zero with their enthusiasm, and I'm sitting drinking nothing
Oh
but tea.
god, I was all psyched for this conversation and then no.
I'm bringing the conversation up, right? I'm bringing the conversation up. So during the break, we mentioned this
Eventually.
briefly. So what we're on about is because two people in the room are mad into your Blackfield Brides, your My Chemical Bromance.
No, I don't like Blackville Brides.
He does, doesn't he?
They had a good demo,
Used to.
and the rest was shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All good because they've got,
Emo
like
music.
they've got a video on YouTube for the new album. You know, this love like fire. And you're just like,
They're so.
fucking learn to do
They're
something.
almost, if they came out in the 80s, it'd be cool because they're so cheesy.
Yeah, it's almost too cheesy.
It's too cheesy for them to be around now.
Like Whitesnake are sitting back
It's
and
like-
going, hmm.
They're so cheesy. It's almost cool, but not cheesy enough to be Steel Panther.
Steel Panther. What a band.
Or what's the other one? Power Slave, I think.
But you're into your emo kind of like
Yeah.
darkness and brooding, and because of that, there's the element of blood, and that was the conversation we were talking about during the break, which was blood play or blood sport. I want to say it's blood play. Blood sport to me sounds like
I think it's blood play.
a video game move. Which, for those listening who don't really know what it is, blood play is really anything sexually involved that entails blood. Would needle play kind of fall into that?
Probably not.
Oh,
Probably should have
God,
Googled this.
Google it. IMDb it. I'm sure there's a film somewhere.
Blood play.
I'm certain Lars not
Nicolas
trapped me in a movie about it.
Just results Nicolas Cage.
Everything comes back to Nicolas Cage.
But
Wait,
of
I know what
course-
Bloodsport is.
I don't
Bloodsport,
even
is
like
it not the
Nicolas
Vincent
Cage.
Van Damme film?
Is it not a fucking Rambo film?
Is it not a
No,
film?
is that like New Blood?
Is it
Or...
a film
It's not New
at
Blood.
all?
I'm nearly certain.
First Blood. Never mind.
Is Bloodsport not...
There's definitely a movie.
Is it not
Jean-Claude.
Blood Spurt
I'm nearly sure
with a U?
No.
Bloodsport
Are you sure?
is...
There's definitely a movie called Bloodsport.
I don't know if it's the Jean-Claude...
It's definitely a fucking martial arts movie though.
It's Van Damme.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the film that inspired Mortal Kombat or if it was the film where they got... You know why Johnny Cage he does the splits and punch you in the nuts? I'm pretty sure he done that in the film Bloodsport. It's one of the other... But I know it's tied to Mortal Kombat. So that's why Bloodsport kind of kicked in there. That must have been very interesting for who was listening. Me
It
trying
lets me Google Rosie and Jim, but doesn't let me Google blood play.
to-
No,
Yeah.
your mother put on
It's a
parental
safe search.
controls.
No, it's just like this webpage is not available. I don't know.
It doesn't want you to know the horrors. It doesn't. But, you know, but most people at this table are open-minded people. I'm a very open-minded person. Let's face it. I'm an atheist who believes that when you die, you die. So I want to try lots of things in my lifetime. But I don't know, the idea of like...
Blood in and around your mouth. That isn't yours.
I don't particularly
Or
like my
over
blood
your body.
in and around my mouth. Normally when my blood is in and around my mouth, it's normally because someone's punched me in and around my mouth.
Which is a common occurrence.
Common enough. And it's...
Or just sleeper hold.
It comes from a background of being romantic. And I'm
Oh,
not a
vampires
romantic
and stuff.
person. Yeah, I'm not a romantic person to begin with, so I think there initially is my lack of connection with it. The idea that you want to be with someone so much that you become the same blood.
It is purely just a
The
fetishism
Blood
of,
Brothers.
of vampires. That's
It's an extension of vampire porn.
exactly.
When did vampire
Because
porn-
even at that, vampires already are essentially an extension of... They're an allegory for sex. Because everything about it is, you know, the charming man with the cape comes in at night, throws it over you and sucks on your neck for a while.
Because say if you said vampires to someone, who would you think of? Like what film?
Bela
Good
Lugosi.
question.
Huh?
Bela
Bela
Lugosi.
Lugosi.
I would think of Buffy
Buffy's not a vampire.
and Spike. No, the program.
Or...
Spike out of it.
Because I thought what you were asking
No, if you...
was if
I
you
would
think of the word vampire, like
big
what...
Do
vampire.
you know
not
if
gonna
you
lie.
said vampires, a lot
This is
of
just
young
like
people
fucking
would
Tom
think of
Cruise and Brad
Twilight
Pitt being
nowadays.
all...
Tom
That
Cruise and
kind-
We
Brad Pitt,
are!
they looked fine in that movie.
Who?
Yeah,
Tom
they look
Cruise,
so
oh.
weird with long hair though.
Yep.
Are we talking
Did.
monster Dracula or vampires?
Well, that's where we get the romanticizing of vampires
Yeah, vampires.
If you were to ask me who I think of when
Dracula.
you say Dracula, Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
from. Yeah.
No, I just
definitely
mean
Christopher Lee and
vampires.
Hammer
Vampires in
Films.
general, I would still go for the whole kind of like,
Dracula.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Bleh.
yeah,
I want
Barbara
to suck
Dracula.
your blood.
Blood play.
I want to suck your wheelie, but I cannot find my brown paper bag.
Non,
You're into blood
urban
sports. I only eat it. I don't eat that.
Oh,
Plug it up and see me in a week.
but it is Halloween soon.
It is Halloween soon. It's
It is
Halloween in what?
2 days.
2 days.
This will be out after Halloween because I'll probably be cutting it on the way to Belfast.
Oh my god, I want to say Ouija.
What?
I want to say Ouija.
You want to see Ouija?
Yeah, it's a film coming out on Halloween.
Oh, Ouija board thing.
Yeah, it's just called Ouija.
Ouija board thing?
Please don't give me
It's just actually called
It
Ouija.
looks
no,
like
I don't
shit,
look like
Claire.
it. I like it.
It looks shite.
I think it
Oh
looks
no,
really
look at a bunch of
good.
teenage.
Did anyone else hear when she said Ouija go straight to like Luigi?
Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that's a big Ouija
What,
board.
with the Death Star.
Fucking Luigi's Mansion walking around with a big Hoover. I want to play Luigi's Mansion now.
Blood play. The act of drawing blood from another person. Blood is sometimes then sucked / licked from the wound.
Oh.
Usually sexual in nature. Sometimes associated with a vampire fetish, a form of edge play.
Sometimes.
She was bored with sex, so she asked her lover to try blood play for a change.
Is that actually like a little
It's on Urban Dictionary.
Of course, it's Urban Dictionary.
Guy 1. I like blood. The sound, the smell, everything. Is that weird?
The
Guy
sound
2.
of blood?
The sound of blood.
Yeah, no.
Is that not the sound of
Let me
sounds?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm bored of sex once again.
I came to suck your neck and...
There we go. There we go.
Hey.
We're in it.
Did you know that dabbing's into blood play? That's some kinky shit. I'm serious. Urban Dictionary is amazing.
Dear God.
And Bloodsport is a Van Damme film.
It is a Van Damme film.
Yes.
There we go. That's where Johnny Cage comes from originally.
And
You ever
it was
Urban Dictionary your name? Because all it ends up being...
dangerous game, Aidan.
Yeah, it's just... It's people who don't like other people with your name who have put definitions of them on Urban Dictionary.
Google mine. I do remember someone doing this to me recently, and mine wasn't that bad.
I remember it happening in... When we were in secondary school. I remember us in the library, about 4 or 5 of us, just Urban Dictionary in our name.
Just your YouTube, your Facebook, your Facebook,
Urban Dictionary, my
and
name.
your face and
Your actual
Twitter.
name or Rojas?
Paul, just Urban
Yeah,
Dictionary,
just
Paul.
oh, okay.
I didn't actually Google my name.
Well,
Opening up your own portal.
You know, you're everywhere on the internet, so
And
Well,
the
you are a
internet's-
YouTube celebrity.
I am a YouTube celebrity. I was a YouTube celebrity. Past tense. If I can get a HD camera, I'd start that up in the morning again. That was fun. 3 people have started watching my videos recently for irony, and have all admitted that at some stage they laughed with me rather than at me. Most of it was at me.
I usually laugh at you.
I'm just googling Urban Dictionary Paul here.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't know the full name.
Oh no, Paul, because you only get first names. My surname's not going to come up anywhere. It means son of mine.
Oh, my surname.
A common given name for males derived of the blah blah blah. This is boring.
I know it's boring. That's what I'm saying. Most people come up with like, is closet rapist. Mine's actually quite alright.
Well, the quote underneath this big long thing is, "Why is Paul so awesome?" Question mark.
Okay, someone called Paul.
Because Stone
made that.
Cold said so.
Well, Stone Cold said so.
I'm awesome because Stone Cold. He is the authority in what is awesome.
Stone Cold is the authority in anything.
Number 2 on Urban Dictionary.
And that's the
Paul.
bottom line.
A guy that is sweet, cool, handsome, athletic, cute, nice, and thoughtful.
Okay, mate, you made these yourself.
Aiden, my boyfriend is cheating on me. What should I do? Girl, you need to dump his ass and go find yourself a paw.
Please tell me you made these yourself.
I didn't read
And
this at
then,
all.
probably the most amazing guy since Moses.
He parted the Red Sea, black and blood play.
You ever parted the Red Sea?
No, I've not. Wait.
Is it you have?
No, yes, I have. Yes, I've earned that. Red Wing.
Oh, again, that's after Red
Disgusting.
Wings.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't like, guess what's happening. It was, sometimes passion takes over and you kind of don't care.
Yeah, it's
Sheets
okay.
need to be washed in the morning anyway.
Do it in the shower at least. Quick wash.
No, I could clean the shower. What do you
Not
want to dirty the
dirty.
shower? No, I just cleaned that. Get off.
You ever had a weird thing about using soap after someone?
Not really. Well, depends. Is there hair in the soap?
There may be a hair.
If there's hair in the soap, no, can't touch it.
See, that's the weird thing though, because soap by definition cleans. So whatever's on the soap is probably clean anyway.
But it's someone else's hair.
Well,
It's weird. And because most people are hairless monkeys these days, it's going on to be. It's not head hair. I really don't want armpit hair or not hair near me.
because the thing is, I can't wash with shower gel, so I have to use the bar soap. And that weirds me out because everyone else in the house has been using it.
Rojas, the act of grabbing one's genitals and shaking them uncontrollably at someone, usually an unsuspecting dialysis technician. Man, you just got Rojas.
Let's see this.
Dear God, you've become a verb.
The act of grabbing one's genitals and shaking them uncontrollably. Someone. This is me. Man, you just got a Rojas by Kermit the Animal. Where's this Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
There we go. That was added 2010. That was 4 years ago.
that could quite possibly be about you.
Very well could be.
Who was the dialysis technician?
I think we
Aye.
know someone who may have to go for dialysis every now and then. Putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Oh, shit.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Well, Amy just destroyed the internet. What did you do?
I also I activated the Galaxy Talk thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't do
Galaxy, go find blah blah blah. Shut up. Nanny.
There's a good topic to bring up because we're all over the place today. Let's face it, it's because Halloween's in 2 days and we're excited about the piss up.
that. Yay!
Half of this table is currently preoccupied and not taking
I'm
part in
not
the conversation.
preoccupied. I'm looking up valuable information for you, dickheads.
Yeah, but before we came back from the break, it was all. So why are people so insistent? Right, this is my question to you. Convince me.
Someone keeps on writing on my Facebook wall. It's not my fault.
Convince me to buy a smartphone.
Why?
Right, I'll bring up the spade. No, right, I'll bring up the spade. Right, so I've said next job I get for educational purposes. I want a tablet. They're bigger. I want to put like a Kindle app on it. Bigger than that, I mean. A bit like what you have.
Well, mine's the same size as hers.
Your tablet.
Oh, my tablet. Oh, yeah, the Nexus.
Yeah. You know, I can read comics on the go. I think most of the time they have a better battery because they're not powering the
That's
phone
because
function.
you're not using it as the same way you use a phone. A smartphone dies within a day.
No.
You know, when
It does really. If you use it the way they're supposed to be used, it does. Because you got apps running in the background. You got your Facebook and your chat running. You got the phone
My
running.
master goofy does.
Well, aren't you just fucking fantastic?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay, if I were to try and convince someone to get a smartphone, which I wouldn't do because I don't really give a fuck, the best way to put it is this little gadget I hold in my hand. I could viably, if I wanted to, I could shoot, edit, and distribute an entire movie on this.
Yeah.
This little thing I hold in my hand.
Yeah, but it's never decent quality.
Well,
And we live in a
yes, it
age.
is. Mine's a 13 megapixel. It's better than my shitty wee camera that I have.
I know, but I've seen photos of me in nights out, and maybe it's just a lighting issue.
Yeah, but that's because you're not setting it up right. If you're trying
That's
to shoot a
front,
movie on
to
your
be
phone,
honest,
you'll
that's
do it right.
front-facing camera. If you're to take it on the back.
No, I will.
like that.
I will agree. There are phones out there that do that. A friend of mine, Adam, when I was over in Birmingham, my other friend Adam and Adam gets confusing. A friend of mine got basically third-party transfer, big, expensive collectible. So Adam, the photographer, was setting up with lighting. Like this was just on a smartphone, and the photos he was taking with this thing were absolutely perfect.
Mm.
But tablets come with built-in cameras.
Yeah, but they're
Tablets come with cameras for selfies, and that's about it.
But you
Tablets-
can get tablets
You can get a tablet.
with decent quality camera functions.
Well, this is
don't know
sort of
why
turned
you
into as
want
if.
a tablet though.
Mo-
like,
most-
why
most
have
No, tablets are really good.
They
I
are really
really
good,
like
but like,
tablets.
why not buy a phone that can do that as well?
But that's what I'm saying, right? The only difference, right?
And then you can have a functioning phone and you can take it everywhere.
To me, here's the trade-off, right? I can get a tablet cheaper than a smartphone with a bigger screen, and I do. I have to say, I enjoy my
I got
bigger
this
screen.
for 180.
Second hand.
I had to put it back together, but yeah.
Yep, second hand.
Second
There's nothing wrong with second hand.
Yeah, everything I own second hand.
But bar maybe the top headers, which is iPad. No one wants an iPad. I could get a tablet, big screen, and for the amount of reading I'm going to be doing over the next couple of years, writing function, you can get the ones that have the keyboard clipped in. Very, very handy for writing on the go. And all I'm giving up, all I'm sacrificing, is text and phone calls. And let's be honest, because most people have Facebook on their phone, I don't even need a text function. I can Twitter them or tweet. I can Facebook message. So the only thing I'm missing out is phone calls, which a £10 second-hand phone from CEX would easily. Because everyone's like, get a smartphone. Because you can get all the apps you can get on a smartphone, you can get on a tablet. I can get Snapchat. I can
You're not
get
totally wrong there because
Tinder.
currently I have a Nexus now, but I had to get the screen replaced on it, and the replacement screen isn't very good. It'll glitch out, and you have to lock it and unlock it to stop it from fucking hitting everything on the screen. And so I've been sort of debating whether or not to get a new one. And I found out you can get a Google Nexus 7 for 150 quid if you're willing to just go pure Wi-Fi and not 3G. And I don't want another contract I have to pay every month. So I'm
3G
gonna
you have to pay. Because that's the other thing as well. I don't want the expense. So like a tablet that I would get would only work in area. Like let's face it, how often are you that far away from internet access
No, it is
that you
never.
desperately need? Most people like having it, but sometimes people don't need to see that YouTube video that you find so funny at a party where there's no internet. Because sometimes it does kill the mood a bit when someone's going, oh, did you see this? This is hilarious.
Sure, it's at a house party. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll not mention names because it's a podcast, but yeah, there was a part of the night, you guys missed it the weekend, where they were in watching movie trailers. Like, fair enough, the first movie trailer they brought up was Age of Ultron. Had to be seen. Epic. Everybody went back to the drinks. The next thing we were hearing, the trailer for Annabelle, the trailer for whatever else has come out in a minute. You're going, like, who goes to a house party to sit on YouTube and watch trailers?
There's one exception to the rule of showing videos at a party that I don't mind. Whenever it's you get into that hole of really funny songs,
Yeah.
like scientifically accurate DuckTales, Kermit the Frog and stuff like that. That can lighten the mood quite a bit.
I think there's a rule of
quoting
three.
it all night.
I think there's a rule of three, which is if there's any more than three in a night, someone's pushing their luck. Which normally does happen because someone will find a funny video and then someone else will go, but I've got a funnier video. But I've got a funny video. And you're going, right, watch, with the exception of Washington, you can watch Washington on repeat, as far as I'm concerned. Google Washington, you'll know what I mean. But, because he will save children, but not the British children. But it's, what I do miss at parties, because I haven't had a party that has sat in that maybe about 2 years, theme tunes. In fact, I'm making a point of whipping out the Pokemon theme tune at least once on Halloween night.
I love
Thank
theme
God.
tunes.
Absolutely.
I always play
Everybody
theme
knows theme
tunes.
tunes. Everybody sings along with theme tunes.
Yeah.
Especially the Pokemon theme tunes.
But everyone knows. Most people, more than I thought, know both verses.
I forget
Both?
shit face when I
Both
was
Or
verses.
all.
really young.
Is there more than
Singing
one?
that like
Or more than
down
two?
in the mirror.
There was 2 verses
Just
in
going down the street going,
the
I wanna be
short version. I think there was 4 in the full
Oh no,
version.
sorry. You know the original introduction. You know, you meet me and I meet you.
Okay.
There's another set of verses after that.
Yeah.
Come with me, the time is right. There's no better team.
Blah, blah, blah.
Arm in arm, we'll win the fight.
It's always been a dream. We're gonna get sued because Nintendo will do that to you.
No, they won't.
We're talking about the program.
I definitely will. Nintendo hate anything to do with their copyrights being on YouTube.
No, yeah, they really do.
We're not really listening to every single video though.
No, there's
I think
algorithms. to get
Something
them.
tells me that an episode 1 of a podcast, which is all over the place, not very focused, is going to go unnoticed by Nintendo.
What if we are overnight successes?
I doubt it.
But
I've a good ear for this sort of thing, and I doubt it. I think we've brought up like 10 topics tonight. Not one of them have been discussed in any form of detail.
I think that's sort
You
of
keep
par for-
changing
We
it.
discussed going back in time and the duck-sized horses,
Duck-sized horse.
horse-sized duck.
And their appetite for horse-sized rape.
That was pretty expanded upon.
That is
That duck gets near anyone, they're going to be pretty expanded. Whack. Whack.
Oh. So,
I'll tell you what, for well, not the end, but we'll try and come up with a topic, we'll focus on the topic, and prove to the world that we're not a bunch of Irish Egypts who just fluff about.
You usually
That's
keep
exactly
changing
what
the
we are.
subject.
That's exactly what we are.
okay. Say you were to magically get sent forward in time. Say 2,000 years.
Okay.
Culture has completely changed. Language has completely changed. Everything has completely changed. What do you think would be the one thing you could get by on?
Expand, like, what do you might be getting on? Yeah.
There's got to be something you could do to make sure you don't die on a street in the middle of New York. What do you think it would be?
See, that's hard to predict because is it a peaceful
Acting.
future? Is it like, has religion been wiped out, or has religion taken a stronger? Like, am I going 2,000 years?
Well,
in
in
the
the
future?
question, that sort of entails your answer. What do you think will be around 2,000 years from now, and what do you think you could do to fit in?
Get myself a flying car, that's for sure.
Fucking hoverboard, first purchase.
Yeah.
I do think as a species in the Western world, now again this is biased because the people we hang out with tend to be very liberal-minded people, very open-minded thinkers, but I do think that 2,000 years time, religion will be
Abolished.
not abolished, but it'll be a bigger joke. I think 2, maybe 3 of the bigger religions will survive, and the rest will kind of be just, we don't want to hear about it, because what will basically happen is religion will get more focused Oh, like at the minute, like they're trying to it's hard to explain.
Hand gestures.
Hand
On a
gestures
podcast.
on a podcast. It's
It-
possibly right. I've got what I'm gonna say. Possibly what will happen is right. You've got let's argue that the three main religions would be Catholicism, Muslim. What's their core?
Islam.
Islam.
Is it Islam? So be Catholicism, Islam, and maybe one of the Chinese ones that I wouldn't like. I'm not even going to name it because I wouldn't. I'm not even going to pretend that I
Buddhism?
actually. It's not even.
It kind
But
of
I'm
is.
If
no,
anything,
because even in India, Buddhism isn't the biggest religion.
but if anything, I would say if
In
any
Japan, they don't really have
if
it.
anything were to any religion were to stick around, I'd say it would be Buddhism because it's really
Yeah.
a religion of don't be a dick.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll
Just
always
be
that.
nice to people.
It's smaller, like for example, you have this thing where the basic history of America is about 400 years old, and they have a million religions all of a sudden. Not one of them listen to the core information. For when you think, right, like it or not, if you're a Protestant, Presbyterian, Methodist, Seventh Day, your core information comes from the Catholic Church because it was the original Christian church. I'll try and do this quickly because this is meant to be a topic about the future, not about religion. But so it's kind of exploded out, and my belief is it'll come back in. Maybe not to Catholicism. It'll be called maybe Catholicism because it's the biggest religion, but it'll be a different version of it. And that'll happen because in 2,000 years' time, finances will be the god of everyone. It kind of already is. Like we live in a Western world where if you've got money, you're safe, you're protected, you'll do well. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think we need to do more so that people don't get like walked over. And, we shouldn't be starving people in this day and age. But if you're the type of person who wants to get drunk every weekend and you're going to walk up to me and complain, "Oh, my TV's not big enough," well, work harder, you prick. Put down the bottle. I can drink and work. But so in 2,000 years' time, I think religion will play a less pivotal role.
So what is?
I think it'll be like super capitalism in 2,000 years' time. So the only thing you could do to get by is to educate yourself as quickly as possible.
I would just try to blend in.
Which you'd have 2,000 years to kind of.
I'd be like, look around, then observe what they're wearing.
How long
go
have you
get
got to
some
prepare?
clothes.
How long have you got to prepare before you jump to
You,
those
do, you
years?
don't because it's the same
same
thing.
scenario as
Same thing.
earlier.
It just automatically happens.
Just
Yeah.
happen. Just a freak
Lightning.
accident.
Lightning.
Science. My answer is science. If unlike history, which changes hugely over 2,000 years, science being we already know the build. So in 2,000 years' time, we'll probably know more about the building blocks. But you'll still have like a fun. Fair enough. In 2,000 years' time, knowing science will probably be like first year primary school.
But see, then you've got the half life of facts.
But see, that's facts. That's why facts tend to be more like historical facts or human quotes. That science will change, but if you understand the original concept, when it does change, it shouldn't be too hard to describe to you the change.
See, this is where I think you're wrong. I think you'd be brilliant as a history teacher. Because who could challenge you? You just gotta be like, it was there, bitches!
I knew you were
there!
going to say history. History is written by the victors.
I will be.
So 2,000 years from now, you're sitting going, "This is what happened in Northern Ireland," and they're like, "No, because the Catholics won and the English were awful bastards, and you're here to tell me that it was actually kind of 50-50. No, get out of here." And then you get killed in New York.
Yeah, but I was there.
I'm just thinking I would be Fry from Futurama.
What, a delivery boy?
Yeah. That's how I would blend in.
That would I think.
In the future, you're going to need like
That's
6
how-
A levels to be a
That's
pizza
how I
delivery boy.
would survive.
I would like to believe that the world would be almost completely automated, and you have to do about 2 hours work a week just to keep all the machines going,
That'd be
and the
awesome.
rest of the time you can do. Everyone just spends their time learning to do the shit they want to do. Like you like making fucking coffee tables. Go make some coffee tables. It's grand. Here, have a TV.
That kind of takes the fun out of it, does it not?
Does it really?
You walk in and whatever you
Having
want.
to strive to work for money.
I like the.
What, being poor as shit?
I don't like the being poor, but I kind of like the fight. I like the.
I hate
I like being able to look back on myself 6 years ago and go, "I'm doing a lot better than I was then," and 6 years from now, I'll be doing a lot better.
But see, you sort of strive to do. What you want to do is something that is automatic. Like you would love to be an English teacher or a lawyer or something along those lines. Something that if you have the qualifications, you can do. Whereas I come from wanting to be, I hate to say it because it sounds poncy, but an artist. I want to.
You fucking pants.
And even at that, I don't want to be. I want to be sitting in a studio recording shit, which, no matter how many qualifications you have, just comes down to being how good you are.
Well,
You got to be good at it.
qualifications
And
is
even-
just an extension of that. Qualification, by definition, is just being really good at something, and then someone else goes, "You're very good at this
Well,
thing.
you see,
Here's a grade."
you say that, but even you could be one of the best linguists in the world and never get any recognition for it. Because
Am I getting paid?
well, you might do if you're lucky.
Recognition if you're getting paid.
If you're lucky, but like, put it this way: say Eminem never sent his first demo to Dr. Dre. Say he never got discovered.
You're talking my language now, because
No,
I know
no,
all
no,
about
no,
the
no,
hippie
no,
hops.
wait.
Hops.
Here, you
It is
Eminem.
commonly it's recognized by a lot of great literacists and people who study the English language that Eminem is one of the best current poets there is going. It's been
Going
said
for a
many
lot.
times, but had he never sent his demo to Dr. Dre or met him in the bathroom or whatever the story is, then give him his mixtape and never got discovered because he essentially flunked out of school.
If 8 Mile
Didn't
never
want him.
happened,
Yeah, if he wasn't the best battle rapper in
Do
Detroit,
you mean if his mum didn't make him spaghetti?
if his mum was actually a good fucking parent, what would happen?
Instead of making him mum spaghetti that he throws up over himself.
but say that happened and this great lyricist and poet, possibly one of the greatest in the past 50 years, never got found out about because he never went to college and got an English degree. That's essentially, you're saying, where you're coming from is that knowledge always comes from the textbook.
No, absolutely not. No. I love how we've gone from a 2,000 year in the future
I don't know
discussion to
what this is all about.
Essentially
but
we're-
I kind of wanted to not be about this.
essentially we're
Go
talking
back
about
to
luck.
the previous question.
Well, to ask another question, do you believe in luck?
Let's just not ask Rojas how he would survive in 2,000 years' time.
Does anyone here believe in luck?
No.
No.
Claire,
What?
do you believe in the concept of luck?
So if I have
You could
luck,
just be
it's
lucky.
shite.
Yeah.
So you believe in luck?
Yeah. Some people are just lucky that right place, right time.
I believe in a variation of luck. Because this is how I believe in things, which is random encounters. I also believe that if you do things in your life, you can, if you never go to school, if you never learn, if you never get to move to a different city, you know, say I never
Oh,
went to school.
fate.
It's not even fate. It's a combination of fate and luck. I think is just random. What other people would call fate and luck, I would call random success. If I never went to school, if I just sat here, say if I was still working in the chemist, my contact pool is limited. My influence pool is limited. Whereas, no, it doesn't have to be through. It's just that I'm good at academia. I go that path. If you're good at something else, as long as you're meeting new people, seeing new places, but working and showing that you are good at something, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee about anything. But if you follow what I'm saying, you increase your chances of that random event occurring.
Of surviving.
You're
2,000 years'
increasing your
time.
chances of being in the right place at the right time and not getting sent 2,000 years into the future because you were in the right place at the right time, whereas Aidan was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now he's sitting on the streets of New York with his Primark bag in a public bathroom making his way through.
Because at that point, Primark owns everything.
Primark does own everything.
And the purse sweat.
If anything, the bags are like translucent and space agey and you're just using it like for a scent of
They
comfort.
just give you like Primark clothes for free.
Like, the world's so open back then, you can suck off wherever you want when you want. You're just doing it to kind of feel it's like a comfort blanket.
I'm in the lab.
It's your Linus comfort blanket. I know no one minds me sucking you off in the street, but it makes me feel comfortable. This is how Daddy liked it.
Oh, come on. Although I do believe in the one main rule to succeeding in anything. Don't be a dick.
But see, I'm a dick and it actually works for me.
But you're not a dick to people.
No,
You just are a dick.
I can't be a dick to people.
Just the thing is, when you get involved in anything, it always ends up being a very small social group when you really get down to it. To succeed in anything, everyone in that particular field knows everyone. So if you're a dick to someone, you end up making an enemy of them. Someone asks them, here, this fella just applied for a job for us. You know anything about him? He said he worked here last. Like, oh, fuck no, he was a dick, don't employ him. Or maybe that's just a Northern Ireland thing.
Near anything. I'm not rude.
No.
I think there's a difference between rude and offensive.
Well, yeah.
Like if I don't know you, I'm going to be polite. I'll hold the door open. Well, how are you? That kind of thing. If you give me a reason to compete against you, I will compete. And if I think I can get the upper hand, I'll take the upper hand. But I think I get away with a lot more than most people.
Yeah, you
I'd
tend to
argue.
fluke your way through
Just
things.
fucking talk your
So
way through
that's-
everything.
It's
I do.
luck then, so why did you say that you...
I know, I said fluke as in...
Fluke.
It's still luck.
Yeah, but do you
But it's
believe...
not luck because I taught myself how to.
But when you
do
say
this.
luck, do you mean like this metaphysical, oh, he's just a really lucky bastard, or coincidence? Because my idea of luck is, the universe tends towards chaos.
Look, it's not
And
luck.
Nothing is predetermined. Nothing. You wear your lucky underpants going to an interview is not going to make a fucking difference. But
Oh, I don't believe in that. Luck.
Claire wearing no underpants would make a difference.
yeah,
for you.
make
Go
a,
on,
make a great
get the
difference.
job or don't get the job. We're going for beers. I can't believe everyone at this table but me's got a job.
Yeah.
Don't start until I come back from Amsterdam.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how I'm the only person at this table unemployed. How
Prefer
did that happen?
those jobs last about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's only Christmas work?
Yeah.
I said if it
It's
does
successful.
good, yeah, but it's
I might just be
it's
really
good
cheeky and go up tomorrow, hand him a CV and go, yes, I am a man, but I'm really good at sales
It's not
because I'm
open
really
yet.
good at talking.
No, it's not even...
Because it's a Halloween shop at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Well,
that's
what
where it's
shop-
going.
where is it
Jep-
then?
where Jessup's is in the Buttercream.
Ah.
Me talking about smartphones, guess where I could be working? Car phone warehouse. You don't need
Here,
this.
buy this Nokia 3310.
It only takes phone calls, but you can throw it at people's heads and kill them.
Here, you got a laptop. Don't need a smartphone. Take this.
Can you
Here,
set
have it
up,
for a fiver.
can you
Oh.
set up my phone for me?
No.
No.
So you can Snapchat your dinner to your friends. Get out of my shop. Paul, we need to have a word. What?
I think I may have slightly offended someone.
Oh, yeah.
I made a bit of a passive aggressive announcement on Facebook a few months ago
I've never seen it.
Jesus.
because people
These people are so sensitive when you make
people
comments.
were sending me
Oh.
Snapchats of their dinner and shit,
Hmm.
and so I posted a status saying, or what the fuck is it called? Snapchat, just another delivery service for other people's dinner.
I didn't see that.
And
Oh,
since then they've all sort of dried up.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it kind of happened to me as well when you said that.
well, you liked it. No one to blame
Okay.
but yourself.
Did I actually?
Yeah,
Why would
Okay.
you want people's dinner? pictures?
exactly. I don't want them, but all the
But
other
she
ones.
stopped all completely.
Well, at least when I post something up on Facebook, everyone just stops talking to me. It's great crack.
Well, that's because everyone hates you.
Yeah, it's great.
It's 'cause you're a bitch, you know.
But it's
Because
wonders,
I'm not allowed my own opinion.
wonders of the modern world. There's just a million and one ways to offend people.
Mm.
Like whatever happened to the old days where the only way to offend someone was to walk out in the street and call them a cunt.
Even then, they
And
weren't
even
even
at that-
offended.
Even that,
This is
even
the,
That
that,
was
we're in
before
Ireland.
the
That wouldn't even
internet.
work.
this is the genuine truth. I might have mentioned this before to you guys. I'm used when I go over to England for the convention as an excuse to use that word. as
Yeah,
many
you're
times.
you're the cunt filter.
Basically.
Everyone gets so offended by that. I don't get it.
But not when there's an Irish person in the room because people
Yeah.
go, come. Oh, I can say it because my friend Rojas is here.
It still doesn't make sense to me why we can't say whatever we want to say in this day and age. This day and age. Cunt isn't a bad word. I'm sorry. It's not.
No.
It's not.
There's nothing like, oh my god, my ears are going to bleed from this word.
It's.
Cunt.
I think there's a level of. It shouldn't be, as in, I don't think it should be exclusive. I don't like making anything exclusive, but there is a kind of weight on the Irish shoulders, which is we are known as one of the literacy hotbeds of the planet. A lot of poets and playwrights and things like that. And we are a culture who is throughout the world, at the very least the Western world, have the piss routinely taken out of us. As in, you put a gollywog in a window. It's a doll, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the name of the doll.
Yeah.
I'm not being racist.
I know it's just gollywogs.
I don't mean it
It's a
just.
funny word.
I don't.
Gollywog.
Gollywog.
I don't mean this is Marcel. We've just hired him. Oh, he happens to be black. I mean, like an actual gollywog in the window. People kick off about it. You draw a picture of Allah
I have a profile picture of
don't
me.
do that.
Yeah.
Don't even mention
Actually,
that.
that might be the thumbnail to this. Just a picture of
Just
Alan.
picture that. But
Put some eyes on it, you know.
yeah, but you do all these things the rest of the world. You know, you do that. You know, the slanty eye thing to represent Chinese or Japanese people. People get slightly offended. You put a leprechaun in the window of a cafe. We walk past like the dumbasses we are and go, oh, fuck, it must mean there's an Irish owner here. We'll go in and see the crack. It's like, well, Cork, wee bit of a fry there. No, this is Japan.
Get
Shut
the
up,
potato
Cork.
bread on there, lad.
In the middle of Tokyo.
Like,
Don't pretend you don't know what I'm on about.
put the rashers on.
Oh, when we have sushi.
Sushi.
Onigiri.
Is that Japanese for soda for? Oh, I'm telling you,
It is highly skewed. Like,
It is. I think it's up to the Irish to kind of go, look, come on, we let you have the crack at us. Like there's this whole thing. People still refuse to use the word, which I disagree with. I do,
You kind of whisper it. Like,
because I thought it was dramatic. Fine. I'm not trying to hide it. I was going for dramatic effect. Thank you for it. But what I'm saying is, right, two things wrong with that. One, historically, Ireland, one of the greatest rock bands we ever gave birth to, wasn't a black man. It's still fucking it. Don't pretend you don't know him. You know, brilliant statue down in Temple Street, Temple Bar,
no,
Dublin.
just off Parnell Street, I think.
Parnell Street. You know, amazing man. And he wasn't singing for cover. He was singing for being one of the most amazing songwriters, bass players of all time. I'm not saying Irish is immune to racism or sexism or anything like that, but
The Australians hate us.
we tend to be.
What?
Australians don't hate us. They hate us now because we've invaded them.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. So
I'm a little
that's
lad.
why I couldn't get a job.
In fairness, look at the type of people we send to Australia.
Thanks.
Little lads from Mayo.
Yeah. Well, our lads, what are you building to do? Well, no, because we kind of have this big empty space in the middle we can't do
Most
anything
of
with.
my
Sure, I'm
cousins
put a
are in
shed there for you.
Australia.
Hmm?
Most of my cousins are in Australia.
Exactly the type of people we send to Australia.
Dickhead.
I don't know your cousins. I don't pretend to care. But,
I do have to.
They're gonna start putting up the no dogs, no Irish sign. That would be fucking
You can't get
nice.
in.
Well, they tried that in America, now they all think they are Irish.
But it is, I think it's the reason why I don't like that word not being used. It's because it's become it's in every song. It is now a popular culture word. Yeah,
Niggas and bars.
exactly. And it's like, oh, you can't say that word. Why? Because I'm right. You fucking racist.
Racist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's okay for you to put in your little song, but if don't get me wrong, you walk up to someone in a bar because he's black and go, "Well, nigger, get out." Yeah, that guy deserves his face beaten in because he's racist. But it's not because he's used the word. It's because he's being a racist.
Yeah.
You walk up to someone and go, "Well, faggot." That's fine. You walk up to someone and you genuinely disapprove of their sexuality. You deserve to have the feet kicked off you. But because you're being homophobic.
See, I know where you're coming from, but I also know where that mindset comes from. I'm going to this again, it's being Irish. Because you walk up and say, "Well, cunts, anyone want a pint?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. Everyone's like, "Ah, fuck yeah, I'll have one." But you call someone a cunt, and they'll fucking deck you.
Yeah, see, like it's like with Polish people having a different sense of humour and stuff from us as well.
I don't even
They
think-
tend to not get.
They're very literal with everything. So
If
they
you-
don't
yeah.
understand whenever we, take the piss out of each other.
What I will say here is like when a lot
Yeah.
about words and stuff like that, I am primarily focusing on Western culture that speak English. Obviously, if you go up to someone who doesn't speak the language, if there's a communication barrier there at all, you can understand why someone might take you the wrong way and get offended. But the same comedy shows that play in Ireland tend to play in Australia, tend to play in America. We understand humour. We understand similar. America had Bill Hicks, for Christ's sake.
But he was never big in America.
George Carlin. George Carlin was huge. We've got Billy Connolly and a lot of the modern day comedians that, words are words.
Fucking Tommy Tiernan.
Tommy Tiernan. What a guy. What a ledge.
But
Can I make an announcement? If there's any single ladies who wants to come to Dylan Moran in May, I've got a spare ticket.
some might say all the single ladies. All the single
All the
ladies.
single ladies.
Put your hands up.
It's only important.
Sorry.
You need
Stop it.
you need to have a fetish for dressing up as a duck and being the blood play.
I mean, like, who isn't these days?
Doesn't hurt if you get a brown paper bag.
Oh, of course not.
Stop.
No,
Brown paper bag.
I'm actually really annoyed that I'm going to Starlord for Halloween because I should have just come with the Primark bag. Like, who the hell are you meant to be? just hide the bathroom.
Clicking the fingers. No one's gonna get that.
No one can. We should send it to Freaky Studios.
We should send. No, I wanted it.
So he can tell us how rubbish it is. I think this is going to be another episode 0.8.
No, this is going out.
Jesus.
Of course it is. It's got the best debates on it.
I don't know. The debate from the pilot episode.
Debate as in me and Aidan agreeing with each other?
No, the debate of the horses and going back in time.
Yes.
But not forward in time
That-
because
that's
we
sort of-
never got anywhere with that.
That died to death. No. Although I never got your opinion. How do you think you'd do 2,000 years in the future?
I said I would blend into my surroundings.
No, you didn't. You said you'd be like Fry from Futurama.
I would be Fry from Futurama. He blended in.
Did he really though?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you see him on the moon?
He tried to make it with Leela.
Well, who wouldn't? Leela was hot.
Exactly. But like, if you've seen a weird Cyclops woman, would you not be a bit freaked out? He was just kind of like, yeah, okay.
Oh no, because he screamed the first time he saw her.
I suppose.
Then he realised she had purple hair and realised it's kind of hot. She might be a bit of a lesbian, but you know.
Colour hair does nothing for me.
Also, I'm not saying people with purple hair are lesbians. It's just Leela might have been a lesbian.
Ooh,
Prob-
ooh.
Did you just say that people with purple hair have lesbian tendencies?
No, that's not what I said. I said Leela might have been a lesbian because she was very butch, but nothing wrong with that.
I don't want to open it.
Did you just say that queers are wrong?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
exactly what I was saying.
What?
I said what I was saying was only straight women can be butch. That is exactly what I was saying.
110% what you said.
I just got a Snapchat from someone that you don't like.
Whom?
My mum?
The G word.
The
G
Jesus.
word.
Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
I don't know. We're gonna open it and see.
We can edit this out.
No, we can't. Cocktails!
I should be a bartender.
She's in making cocktails and. Oh, there they go.
Cocktails, not I should be a
Bartender.
Alright.
Yeah, well, they're not. So,
That's another reason
She
I never
always
have a
does that.
smartphone.
She puts it on. Send it to people and then she
Send
puts
it
it
directly
as
to
her-
me.
okay,
and then-
now you're making it obvious who it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's why this bit's going to get edited out.
It's not.
Well, not because it bothers me, but because it's boring to listen to. A lot of this podcast is boring to listen to.
Shut your
because
face.
the energy in this room was dead. You know the worst thing is, if we started now, it would be good.
But see, the thing is, my energy's picking up because I need to pee,
I need to pee as well.
and I don't want to leave until we're finished, so try to get it over with. But it is coming towards the end anyway. We've gone quite a bit. Anyone, anything we want to finish with?
Absolutely not. We've talked about nothing in this
We
podcast.
have talked about very valuable things. I disagree with you, sir.
I do disagree with you too.
At least it wasn't about tennis this time.
It
You,
wasn't
you
tennis.
fuck off. Right, so is that it?
Yeah.
Everyone got everything off their chests?
Maybe. Yes. Yeah. I'll talk about my wig
That
some
bra
other
stays
times.
on.
What bra? Here's my bra.
I said off the chests.
Alright.
But
See, it's not because I'm not drinking. I've had 2 cups of tea.
Okay. So wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Alright. This has been the Knights of the Brown Table. I'm starting to think the brown and brown table refers to fecal matter because we talk enough about shite. I have been
Yeah.
Rojas.
I've been Aidan.
Amy.
Claire.
Yeah,
That's a podcast.
that's it. That's 1 in the bag. It's 2 in the bag.
Some might say 3.